My setup episode number 268, recorded live on September 6, 2017. My name's Matt Philly. You can find me on Twitter. I'm Matt Philly. That's producer Tom at Thomas Philly on Twitter. How you doing today?
Doing great. It's a gloomy Wednesday. We pushed the show back a little bit, but here we are. Doing the show.
Back and better than ever. We're ready for a great episode. And actually, all the setups on today's show are pretty damn good. It's actually kind of a repeat of last week, or last episode, whatever. So I'm looking forward to that. Before we hop into the first set of the day, here's a quick word from today's sponsor. This episode of Pimp My Setup is sponsored by Apple on Apps. If you're heading back to school and have an iPad, you want to check out their apps, Notepad Plus and Calculator. Notepad Plus allows you to take notes with your finger or stylus, draw sketches with colored pencils, zoom in and out, share work as a PDF or image, and even organize your notes. Calculator includes basic and scientific calculators, a universal converter, multitasking mode, history bar, and a comment feature. Both of these apps are free. Simply click the link in the description to download them now. So thanks to today's sponsor. Without further ado, let's hop into the first setup of the day, submitted by Kyle, who's 17. He said when he first submitted, he talked about how he's going to be leaving for college, and this setup will be staying here. So obviously this isn't with him in his dorm, so just keep that in mind. But anyways, the theme is red and black, but he got a steel on the case, and now he's trying to incorporate more white, like knickknacks and Funko Pops, Zum-Zums, and Lego people. What is it?
No, he said he likes... I think it says he likes knickknacks. Oh,
well, the problem is you can't just like hop into a sentence with the word likes as the first word. Like, he likes.
Well, it's kind of like bullet
they
point
like,
kind of things.
It likes, but likes knickknacks. I thought incorporating more white like knickknacks, Funko Pops, Zooms.
That wouldn't make sense.
The fuck is a Zoom? So the vast cast of the characters is his attempt to capture his interests. Wow. Okay, so this is very interesting. Kind of like a weird desk, mainly because it does have the little drawer, little shelves off to the left side, so he does need to center himself to the actual opening under the desk, which is what he did, but it's so goddamn small that it's kind of hard and it makes it look cramped when really it's not terrible. It's really not bad, but man, if he had an actual bigger desk that really expanded past the window, it'd be pretty dope. But it is a simple setup, so let's just keep that in mind. Now, if we do go to the next photo, we can see that he has the extra mouse and a lot of those knickknacks he was, talking about. But for the most part, the mix amp, stuff like that, if he was just able to space it out, it would look a lot better. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So, other than that, though, everything else is just related mainly to stuff around the room. The third photo, cable management, it's great. He's utilizing the panels on the back of the desk, which is good. Not really much to critique on the desk other than just being able to space it out. I don't think it's too much. I think, again, it's just the amount of space. But Tom, your thoughts on the rest of the room in combination with the actual desk?
I mean, it sucks because, he's got brown, but then he's got white shelf, white PC case, and then you got the steel on the PC case, so that's why it's like trying to incorporate some more white. But I feel like the shelf doesn't match, the rest of the room. And, I like the stuff on the shelf, don't get me wrong, but I just feel like it doesn't match the overall look to the room. Yeah,
I mean, exactly what you said. The left side is really dark. It's all matching. And then you look to the right side, and it's like,
white.
Hallelujah! It's like super bright.
Yeah.
It is cool. Like Tom said, some cables coming out of that bottom shelf there is definitely something you want to figure out. But I just think it's the amount of space in your room, the furniture that you use, it's not going to work. You gotta decide, are you going for a new desk and shelves and stuff, or you don't care about this setup enough to even put any more time into it. And this is kind of the last page in the book for now. You're just going to leave it, work on your dorm setup, and then eventually move out and get your own place and go from there. Because that's fair. I mean, you can do that, but
he does have a setup at his dad's house, which he uses like a laptop for and all that. So he goes back and forth. So this is like his main setup. This is his setup that he has the PC at and all that.
That's got to be so annoying. Like, if your parents are divorced and you have a dorm setup, so it's like you have to have 3 setups and you have to split stuff apart, which is why it's okay to have a simple setup here. I like what he's going for. I think it works. Obviously, it's not going to be the best of the day. It's not anything that's going to take your pants off, but it's, I think he did a good job. So,
yes.
Next setup submitted by Nai. I
was going to say Naj, but then I saw he said Nai.
Yeah, so. It's N-A-J. Anyways, 14 was in episode 102. I don't know what his setup looked like prior, but I'm going to hope it was bad, and this is better. So, obsessed with gaming and apparently sticker bombing his speakers and computer and putting bracelets on his knobs. That sounds weird. Handles.
How do you get them on? I guess you untied them and...
Yeah, you just undo them, put them on. I mean, yeah, this is a lot of boxes off to the right side. A lot of stuff up on the door. I think my biggest complaint with this is we don't get to see what's above. And
there's nothing above.
Well, and that's my point. If you don't show above, it's pretty obvious that there's nothing up there because...
Okay, well, he showed above, but the picture is blurry.
Okay, regardless. If there was anything cool to be seen, he would have taken a photo of it and it would have been not blurry. You know, he probably was like... Fuck
don't use that photo.
Yeah, he's not going to use it. At least he can't say I didn't do it, though. But I think the big problem here, again, the desk isn't big enough for what you're trying to do. And part of it is also that you're still using the monitor stands. Now, I don't know if those are VESA compatible. People ask me, they're like, I have the Asus VNC 79245. Are those VESA compatible? I'm like, let me just... beep, beep. No, they're fucking... How am I supposed to know? So I can't just automatically look at all three different monitors and assume that...
Compatible.
This one... First off, having three different monitors is a personal problem. I don't know. You really shouldn't have let it get to the point where you had to get three different. Maybe two of the same, one different. That's a little more understanding. But in this scenario, it does make it a little tricky because if you do mount them, they're still going to look weird because they are three different monitors. Now, I'm not saying they have to be the same. You can get away with this, but I'm just saying if you really wanted to free up some space, better utilize the speakers, have more freedom, some more flow, surf around like a surfer did. You're going to want to be able to open up that space, and the only way to do that is to either, like someone just said in the chat, well, actually they corrected themselves, but really they said a monitorizer, which would technically work because it would give you that under space. The only problem is you'd still have the stands, which means that technically your monitors will be higher up. If they're too high, it's not going to work. The other option is to, of course, mount them, but we don't know if they're all VESA compatible. I mean, that's a whole situation there. So for the most part, you can't even get a bigger desk. First, your desk is great, so like there's no reason to change it. But even if you got one that was bigger, you don't have the room for it. Your door's right there. Really kind of a big issue. Do you need the three monitors? Do you need to have 55,000 different icons on your desktop?
Maybe.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's like got some freaking thing.
Got some issues, dude.
Just like, I love when I have so many icons. I literally absolutely despise people that do that.
It's in random places too. It's not like it's all in one area. It's like a couple here, a couple there, some
like
there.
Doing it to like the design of the wallpaper, which makes me want to punch him in the throat. But that's whatever. I personally have like 5 icons and that's it. But now I have a Stream Deck. No, I'm not going to
review coming soon.
But yeah, I think for the most part, the speakers, they're interesting. They're not my cup of tea. But
I'm in their speakers, so yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely not a cup of tea, so I'll give you that. But they would look pretty cool laying down, but for the most part, you know, I'm just not a huge fan of this whole color combo. The light wood with the light walls with the sticker bomb shit and like, but for the most part, I'm not going to hate on this too much. Theme is lacking. Left side of the wall looks like a lot of random stuff taped. That is one of the ugliest mouse pads I've ever seen. Why is it blue? I don't get it. Doesn't make sense. Just a lot I could say, but I'll hand the mic over to T for a final wrap up.
Yeah, I mean, God, get rid of those boxes, like Matt said. I don't want to regurgitate everything you just said. I mean, it's different. It's like the speakers are different. The sticker bombing, if you like sticker bombing, you know what? You did it differently. And you know what? That's all you can do. Think different, and maybe people won't like it. Yeah, that's what happens.
That's just it's life. It's life. Okay, next setup submitted by George. He's 19. He upgrades the setup every month when he gets paid and would like to know what he should do with it next. So I don't know if this is when he sent the photo last, but that was my birthday episode, guys.
Those are the only photos that he sent.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool though. So yeah, I think my biggest issue with this, besides the mouse pad being obviously just way too small.
Which one was worse? The one in the last setup or this one?
Well, at least this one isn't that ugly ass shit that doesn't even match the desk, but they were both the same size. I don't know why. That's if you have like 10 kilos. You shouldn't be getting those. God damn. True. But anyways, the thing here is just the amount of stuff on his desk and really just the placement of it isn't great. Like, you don't need to put your Canon, your lenses there. We don't need to see all your books, and all that stuff could really go under in like under desk drawer, a shelving unit, something like that. It's just a lot of stuff that should really go bye-bye. And then, to make matters worse, bezel's fatter than your mom, or fezzles. But also, I just feel like maybe the monitors aren't really angled in that much, and they're kind of pointed up. I don't know, it just feels a little weird.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how I feel about that. Also, the energy drink. Why do people do that, man? Like, either do what that guy did and have like 1,000 on the wall, or just throw that one out. Because
like, is that one special for some reason?
That was the one I was sipping when
I kissed my first girl.
Yeah, she was like, "Why are you sipping and trying to kiss me at the same time?" And I was like, "It's fine."
Because I'm a monster.
Yeah, that's Rockstar though, or Relentless. I don't even know what it is.
Because I'm relentless.
But yeah, I mean, there's really no theme here. I guess killing animals and making blankets and seat covers. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, if that's how a zebra actually looks.
My theme is
yeah. So I mean, sheeps, zebras, some tribal Buddha shit, or shin. I guess that's shenasujo.
Yeah,
I don't know, something like that. But for the most part, I'm not really feeling this. I think it's kind of, a little underwhelming more than anything. I think it's just theme.
Yeah, there really is no theme. There's stuff on the desk, but no posters that really represent you on the wall, because I don't know what the hell that is. Unless it's something like super awesome that we have no idea what's about.
Every time he sits there, he does yoga, and he's like,
it. What up?
But I think also the mouse pad it's way too busy, and it kind of kills your peripherals altogether.
Yeah, you kind of blends in a little bit.
Yeah, even though your peripherals don't light up, but still. Ready for the next setup?
Yeah, let's do it.
Very interesting. This is Bekrah, who's on Setup Spotlight. This is his gaming setup. He works as a designer on a dual monitor setup for 10 hours a day while sitting in an office chair. I don't know if that was supposed to be like an accomplishment.
No, well, if you read the rest of it.
Okay, I just thought that was so funny. Instead of coming home to be greeted by a similar setup, he has chosen a recliner / rocker and a 4K HD TV. It suits his needs just fine, as he says he loves the degree of immersion that is experienced when gaming on such a large display. I don't know why. That was probably one of the funniest thing ever. I just didn't finish reading, so I'm like,
so yeah,
you want a trophy?
He's like, I work.
Yeah.
That's all he's saying, basically.
Yeah, because I don't know if he's just like, dual monitor set, like, I've used those before, guys.
I've used 2 monitors.
But it definitely makes sense. Now, at first glance, you see the wall color, you see the white, you see the black, you see the backlight LEDs. He's got a nice recliner, really nice wood piece that has all of his stuff, and the weird thing in the third photo that's on the wall, and the mirrors and the closet. And you look at it and you're like, damn, this looks like out of a goddamn magazine. But listen, Bekrah, you're gonna call me a dick anyway, but I'm just gonna get to the point. When I really break it down, I'm like, that's kind of not great. Kind of really lazy. And kind of like, I feel like very easy to fix. Now, I'm sure Tom's going to come in and be like, I love that. Here's what I think.
Okay.
Normally, an entertainment setup has the entertainment centerpiece that goes under the TV. We see that almost all the time. So why is that wood piece not under the TV? That's my first thing. Second off, the TV doesn't seem to have any sort of adjustment available. We don't see any. It just looks flat against the wall, which makes me believe, and considering how close it is to the wall, I doubt it really has, like, I can tilt up and down, I can pull out this out or the other. So for me, I feel like that's kind of too flat up against the wall, too high, rather, for me to really sit in that recliner and be like, fuck yeah, dude. So
I mean, I disagree, but yeah.
Yeah, but you're also a little bitch, so
true. That's I really don't think it's a deal breaker. It's like, if you're...
Are you kidding me?
No, I like, if you're...
Are you kidding me?
If you're really fiddling over, like, this little tilt...
No,
15...
no. Have you ever used one that has... Bro, the tilt on those... First off, when you have a TV like that, your monitor arm, your VESA mount, whatever you want to call it, should be... or TV mount, should be absolutely amazing. Should be rock solid. It should be pretty goddamn expensive. You're not buying some stupid rocket fish $10 shitty ass mount, you know? You need to be able to tilt it down. And when I say tilt, I don't mean like 1 degree, and it looks great now. I can see everything. I'm talking like, goddamn, bro, you got to tilt that shit down because you're sitting there. Now, I don't know. People have said it in the chat already. The guy might be a giraffe. He might be like all the way like dead on. You could have windows in that room and nothing would glare because he'd be like straight up on the TV. But for me, I just feel like you definitely need, because look how low the recliner is, Tom.
Yeah, no, I could see that.
And you're like,
so what is he doing this?
Do you know what a recliner is? Though
that's so bad.
You sit like this. So if it's
he's
like
not sitting that far back, he has to
even
stay
then,
up,
Tom,
upright.
Even then, bro, you sit like this. If it's like that, bro, oh, that would drive me insane.
Don't see how it would be that
if you're
bad.
buying a TV the size of like a window, you got to make sure you put time into that, making it work for you. But that's whatever. I still think there's a bit of an issue because the PC is just kind of there out in the open. Doesn't really make too much sense. That's just me. Second, I think that the white piece of furniture, which we don't really get to see because
you've seen this as a spotlight if you watched it.
I honestly I don't think I've even seen this before.
Yeah,
because I just did the voiceover.
It's got weird like looking table, but it's like super cool and like
so
modern.
The table move because
it swings out.
Okay, because I look in the mirror and it's up against the wall.
Yeah, it can swing back and forth,
which really confused. Like I'm just super goddamn confused here. Yeah, I mean, I just feel like that should be up against the wall or whatever. The PC should be in a spot that makes a little more sense. I don't know. And personally, I have a hard time imagining myself playing Battlegrounds in my recliner with my little couch.
I mean, we don't know what games he plays. If he's playing, like, I could picture something like Skyrim, Oblivion, just sitting there, just gaming out. I feel like that would be like the sickest thing ever. And
yeah.
And honestly, he's not gonna be like, man, this is uncomfortable to use, dude. Like, I can't. This TV is too straight. It just doesn't work this way, dude.
I'll tell you something. There are people.
Obviously, he knows what he's doing.
There are people that do something, and they're too goddamn lazy to fix it. Where they're just like, well, this isn't exactly what I want, so I'm just gonna leave it.
I mean, he could very well have done that, but I feel like maybe he has it for a reason. It looks like he has everything set up for a reason. So
obviously,
maybe,
this guy's got mad money. So
I mean, he's a grown man. So
well, just being a grown man doesn't mean you.
I mean, you have money.
I am not 30. I am rich.
I'm just saying, like, if he's a single man or he's married or something like that, probably doesn't have kids. We don't know. We don't know a lot about him, but all we know.
What does that have to do with the fact that his TV needs to be tilted down?
I'm just saying, like, he probably doesn't care.
I love when Tom and I fight because the chat usually chooses their favorite person, and it's usually Tom.
And people usually make fun of each other inside the chat, too.
Yeah. Oh, I love when they get into good fights. Anyways, let's just move on to the next setup of the day. Submitted by Kiyan. 16 loves setup. He loves cars. Star Wars. P.S. The Star Wars poster is actually a 1,000-piece puzzle. That's pretty badass, actually. That makes the poster make even more sense because it's not a poster. It was a
puzzle.
It's a puzzle. Just like life is a puzzle. Anyways, use a setup for console game, and he's paid for everything himself, other than the monitor, which was given to him by his father. He's now saving money for a new computer. So, back to back to back to back to back to back console setups. Kind of. The last one had a PC, but still the idea is that it wasn't like keyboard mouse on a desk kind of setup, which I think is interesting. We don't really see that too often. Now, here, I'm not really going to go too deep into it. I think theme is pretty damn cool. I like the cola. I like the gaming, all the games and the cars and stuff on the shelf. I like the little knickknacks here and there. Obviously, if we want to get technical, in a setup where it's just this, where you don't have an actual PC or anything like that, I think a controller stand is kind of one of the things that would actually make sense, you know?
For sure, yeah.
Put your money towards that. It would look cool on display when you're not using it. It would look cool for the photo, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I would try to figure something out, though, for the actual desk portion because, and I've already seen a lot of people in the chat saying too much white, too much white, too much white, which I think he can easily fix if he just throws more black in there to contrast it, or if he chooses a color, throws that in. Like that huge white space on the desk is definitely making the white seem a little more obvious than it really could be. Lighting up the shelves, I think, was a huge deal to kind of break that up a little bit. Having the Xbox there, the poster, so on and so forth. It doesn't help that your monitor is sort of white-ish, aluminum-ish, you know, kind of hurts what you're going for. But I do think there's a lot of things that you could do to just add a little bit of color. I would really say until you get a PC, there's not much to critique other than the fact that you do need something to kind of pull the contrast. And your cable management isn't amazing.
So where would he put the PC? Probably under the desk once it comes? Or once he gets it,
Yeah, I mean, I guess the left side would really be the best.
Yeah.
But...
And then you'll, add a cool mouse pad. Even if you don't have a mouse or a keyboard, maybe just add like a sick colored mouse pad.
Yeah, why not?
Something crazy like
nice
the last
armrest.
other guy set up.
Yeah, I'd still get some cushions or something, I was getting so confused when that bus came by, and then also that.
It's the first day of school too.
Yeah, it is actually. Go figure.
We did it right when the show.
Yeah, that's kind of a bad idea. Anyways, you're right though. There's it's simple things, right? Mouse pad would really break up.
I like it. I like how clean it is.
Yeah, he's on the right track, baby.
Yeah.
He was
the white
born
is
this
a
way.
pretty white. It's not a dirty white. We usually the wall is like, oh god.
Right,
but
you gotta maintain that though.
You gotta maintain it. Yeah. For sure.
Oh god, I can hear little kids. Shut the fuck.
All right, show going on.
Let's go to the next setup submitted by Josh. He's 15. He loves cards, and his theme is black, white, and minimalistic. And the entertainment setup was recently finished. And what's crazy is the panels behind the TV are actually IKEA doors, which are mounted against the wall. Holy shit! Are you kidding me, dude? That's so damn cool.
Yeah,
and
so those
minimalistic.
things right there are doors.
Yeah.
Which is like so weird. I've never seen something like that before, but it kind of works.
Because I've seen like people do some sort of backboard, and it like looks cool. One reason why I don't necessarily quite comprehend the idea is that it's the same color as your wall. Normally, you would do like black panels, or you do something like some cool texture or pattern, but white on, you do you,
different
boo-boo.
types of white. Like that one's glossy. The walls are just matte finish. So I mean, like, yeah, it's different.
It's just my face.
I want to say finish, otherwise it'd be like it's just matte.
Yeah, I mean, so we're not really going to talk about the fourth photo other than what he pointed out. So it's cool though, really cool. Now looking at the third photo again, not going to talk about this portion. This is something he didn't really even.
No, he didn't really say much. He just said it's like a second setup that he has.
Yeah, so we're not going to critique that. We're going to focus on really just the first and second photo. And I think what's funny about this is honestly, had he not had those badass photos as his wallpaper, the setup probably wouldn't look as cool. Because let's be honest, there's some nice sunset photos that really pop against that white, especially in the second photo. It just kind of matches the taxis, which are black and white, and then you got the taxis, which I'm pretty sure that's an IKEA pickup. We see those all the goddamn time. Anyways, but yeah, this is one of the weirdest setups to me because there are so many things. I look at the first photo and I'm like, damn, I really like this. And then I see it from another angle and I'm like, there's a lot that I didn't realize. And it's all about, like, let's be honest. Had he only sent the first photo, I would have been like, bam, damn, and Superman.
99.
Yeah, that's a 99. But let's be honest here. Let's break it down. First off, looking from this photo at the left side, we see the speaker, which isn't close to the monitor. Keep that in mind. The lamp looks pretty much like it's out in the open, looks good. A little bit of it being covered by the monitor. But then you go to the next photo, and you can really see the speaker is definitely not close to the monitor. The lamp is completely hidden, which this isn't like on my setup. If you go to my Twitter, you look at my setup, you'll see I have lights behind. They're just light bulbs that hit off the wall, and it looks great because you don't see the base or anything. When you have a light like that, you're supposed to actually see the damn thing. So to hide it like that doesn't make a lot of sense. Now, granted, he doesn't have a lot of space, but this is what I'm critiquing. That's the whole point of the damn show.
That's a good catch. I didn't really notice that.
Yeah, I didn't like that. But here's another weird thing, Tom.
Okay.
Zoom in on the next photo.
The next photo?
To the right side where the speaker is.
Okay.
So speaker, not all the way up against, but it does look like it's a little bit closer. Now, of course, the lamp is being covered. There's a plant being covered. Why even put the goddamn plant there? But to make matters worse, look at that DVI. I'm pretty sure it's on an extension. We could see that cable. Had we not seen this angle, we would have not known that. So again, they make, and this is crazy, it might blow his mind, they make really long cables. All sizes. You'll definitely need a longer cable. But yeah, I mean, these are just things that you didn't necessarily see at first. Very interesting. Also, I guess that's really the best spot for the receiver. Just interesting.
Yeah.
Probably could have done something a little bit more in that corner. Spread out your setup a little bit more so you could actually fit your lamps and so on and so forth. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, I look at it and the controller is something I would Again, that could fit under one of the monitors on a nice little controller stand that charges it and looks badass. For the most part, though, it is a nice setup. Just, I like being a little detective. Also, he didn't send under-desk photos, which makes me a little worried.
He took really bad under-desk photos. Like, they were blurry as hell, but they were decent. I mean, I honestly didn't want to include them because they look so bad. But you can kind of tell from the third photo, like, yeah, it's like decent. Everything's like kept up. Like, I just know that it's kept up high. But
okay. I find it interesting that he takes obviously good photos, and all of a sudden, where it matters, he's like,
because these are the newest photos, but he's like, you can just use my old cable management photos.
Oh, that's not how it works, buddy.
Yeah, well,
and seeing how that one cable is coming across, ooh, you're lucky I'm not about to rip you up, boy.
And he's 15.
15.
And this guy has all this stuff. I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I took 20 points off for being a spoiled bitch. No, I was just kidding. No, that's cool, man. Congrats on having rich parents. Anyways, so let's go to the next setup of the day, submitted by Colin. He's 17. He worked during the holidays and gave math lessons for several hours to achieve his dream setup. This? I'm just kidding. That's why people think I'm a dick. Anyways. I mean, really, for a dream setup, your hopes are pretty low. And the reason I say it is, what?
No, it's kind of mean. What if this is his dream setup?
You need to dream a lot bigger. Because I think half your money you made went on the damn Dyson fan that's like $8,000, you know? But you could put your head through it. And
I want one of those.
That is pretty cool, man. When I worked at Best Buy, they had one, a display model that was like $20. And it had like shit all over it. So
but then you could do that.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, looking at this, though, the reason I say that is all you did was put 3 monitors, very nice panels, I'll give you that, really nice.
Beautiful.
Put it on a nice monitor arm, which, again, very hard, I say this all the time, very hard to get them nice and level. You did a great job, man, great job. But your speakers are facing outwards. There's really, the headphones are blocking part of the monitor, kind of in a weird spot. Yeah. The desk isn't really perfect for what you're trying to do. I do like your LYFE time. I have one of them, pretty dope. Cool peripherals. But then, that's it. The walls are completely bare. You have a Dyson fan. You have, I don't know, Buddha or that's Lego something or other, Lego robot or, I don't know. And that's it. And yeah, you have your cable management box in the corner. Again, did you hear me talk shit about your cable management? No. You did a great job. But to say this is your dream setup, come on, man. Yeah. Like, my dream setup would be like having some hookers around, a jacuzzi tub with a nice laptop or something, you know?
Oh, there's accessories?
Yeah.
Or is that theme?
Messed up.
Or is that theme?
That's theme, yeah.
Okay. Personality.
Really, though, I mean, actually, damn, you can see here in this photo, look at the right monitor. You can see how they're not... That's why I hate these monitor arms, man. They're so annoying. They're so
effed up too.
Yeah, they're so hard. Yeah, the ones we have, you can fix it, and then as you're watching it, it's like the monitor moves. You're like, the fuck?
Ghost.
But yeah, I mean, I just, the thing is also the LEDs. I know it's mainly how the camera takes the photo. They look so bad, and it cuts off right on the right side when it still looks like there's a little bit of desk.
Yeah.
But what do I know? I don't know shit. I just think my main thing is like, the way the desk is doesn't work perfectly. The speakers need to be faced in. The headphones need to go somewhere else. Probably just under the desk would work a lot easier. You got to work on theme, and you need to buy another Dyson. So
2 Dysons on each set.
Yeah, you can't. It's all about symmetry. You can't go one. And what's cool is you have them close enough. You can just put your hands through them. And you're like, woo!
He had one photo where he had his chair blocking it, but then like I wanted to show off the Dyson fan, so I took the one that had the Dyson fan in it. But he had a sick chair too, so I mean he spent money on his chair, but the chair didn't match his setup at all. But
it's one of those things, man. It's one of those things. Ready for the final set of the day? Submitted by Marko. Fast Pass. A gamer who loves superheroes, watching movies, listening to music, and collecting some pop vinyls and tiny figures. He wants to know my thoughts on his setup. Here's the thing. Marko has been on a lot of episodes. I think 45 and a half.
Wow.
Seriously, though, he's been on quite a few. I think this is his 3rd time on the show.
Okay.
And one time he had like a whole shelf of like alcohol. One time he didn't have a shelf of alcohol. And this time he still doesn't have the shelf of alcohol. But, man... Yeah, and someone says he added filters. Yeah, I think the first 2 photos have filters.
Okay.
It's kind of an Instagram whore.
But it looks so damn good.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. if you put a filter on anything, it looks good.
Yeah, I can disagree with that.
Yeah. I mean, if I took a photo of your face, it would never look good. Okay. So yeah, I mean, looking at this, it's very interesting. Obviously, he's got the little chair in the corner. I don't even know what you call it. It's so small and like
chair. Yeah.
It's like interesting. Here's something just to keep in mind. Looking at the posters on top, just keep that in mind. First off, not centered to the desk at all. Doesn't really make any sense. But if you go to the second photo, it's like, oh, okay, it makes sense where they are. Yeah. But then if you go back to the first photo and you're like, why is the other one so far away?
I could see how. What if he has one off to the right? We don't know.
I just feel like why center it to the wall when you could just make it work to the setup itself?
Missed opportunity right there.
Yeah, because 3 would have looked better than 2 awkwardly with nothing in the middle. I don't know. That's just kind of how I feel. And we also don't know if there's another one across. I
feel like the spacing, it would be like right on the edge. Like we would be able to see it, I feel like.
So that's why I'm super confused. It just doesn't really make sense. As far as the second photo, I mean, there you go. Wire mold. No mouse pad, which I don't know. That just makes me like, I have a countertop and
I don't like the feeling of that.
Yeah, it's weird as hell. So I personally would add that to the list.
Do you have the same mouse? Is that your mouse?
Let's see. Yes.
So you know firsthand,
Yeah, I know first mouse. That's not
first hand on mouse.
Yeah, I would personally definitely get a mouse pad, but that's personal preference. If the speakers are at a good height, then that's good. You have your headphones there, your microphone, your audio interface. The under desk photo, yes, they're up there, but you can definitely manage those cables. They're not managed. They're just there. So I probably would do a little bit more with that. Some Velcro, this, that, and the other. And
I feel like the only problem is that little power brick. Like I feel like everything else is managed. Everything's like going.
They're not managed. They're just hanging there and laying there. And
I mean, how much the signal's supposed to,
It is the lazy way out, but that's life. Nice footrest though. The power brick, the one cable right there, I'm not a huge fan of.
That took 5 points off.
35 points.
Wow.
Yeah.
Come on, harsh.
You got to look at the scoring guide a little more often.
Sorry.
Really, at least keep it all the way down on the molding. Don't have it like peek up at the right end there. So the fourth photo, super badass. Maybe a little too much, but again, I'm just being I'm being a dick right here. I really do like that though. The fifth photo as well, pretty damn cool. And that's really, I mean, you got to break it down looking at the second photo. That's just the bare necessities.
It's not the bare necessities. No one has a Scarlett audio interface all the time. No one has
I'm just saying, all the time. It's not about what he has. I'm saying he has the bare necessities. Like, that's just it.
He did it.
You can't have a bad outside out of mind score when you have nothing on the damn desk. So, pretty straightforward. I mean, not a lot to critique. It's interesting. So, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So now it's time for the part of the show where we give the scores. Did you know if I move my mouse really quick, it becomes really large on my screen? I
did not know that.
Because it's like an accessibility thing because I told the computer I'm stupid. Anyways, all right, here we go. Kyle scored an 86. Nai scored an 82. George scored a 74. Bekrah, 84. Kiyan, 86. Josh, 88. Colin, 84. And Marko, 94. There you go. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Pimp. My setup is number 268. We're to September 6, 2017. My name is Myphilly. You can find me on Twitter. Myphilly. That's Tennis. At Tom's Philly on Twitter. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the Friday bonus stream for Patreon supporters and Twitch subscribers. Thank you.